Zombie apocalypse.
Explosion. A bang which gave rise to life as we know it. And then came the next explosion.
Hello everyone and welcome to Player 2 Gaming. My name is Matt and this is going to be a review of a video game called Death Stranding. Pretty sure you figured that part out when you saw the name of the video. This is the better late than never review of the game. I played the game a couple of years ago. I know since then it's released on PC, and there's getting ready to be a director's cut of the game that's coming out on the 24th, I think. Anyway, so I wanted to take a few minutes and actually talk about the game and let you guys know what I thought of the game, and kind of some of the highlights, some of the low points, and some of the things that I personally would have liked to have seen done better in the game. But as you can see with this opening sequence, all of this is in-game, which is really impressive. It's kind of a end-of-stage PS4 title, so they really were kind of gunning, for the fences with putting together as strong of a graphic presence on the game. That's just one of the many things that I really enjoyed about the game. There's actually a lot more that I enjoyed about the game than what I know a lot of people ended up reviewing the game talked about. So before I get too much further into the actual review of the game, there is something that I want to bring up. This game is weird. It's really weird. There's a lot of really weird things that kind of go on in the game. Now, a lot of people, they really dig that sort of stuff, and if you are a fan of Hideo Kojima, then you know kind of exactly what it is that you're looking for, or what to expect. It is, like I said, it's weird. There's small things that are weird. There's, like we're getting ready to see here in this clip, you play as Sam Porter Bridges, which is played by Norman Reedus. Graphically, you can actually look at this game and say, hey, I'm playing as Norman Reedus. This game will let you take a shower as Norman Reedus. I mean, you can take a piss as Norman Reedus. You can drink an energy drink as Norman Reedus. You can eat little slug bugs as Norman Reedus. I mean, there's a lot of really weird things that kind of go on in the game that you're kind of like, oh, okay. But again, like I said, if you are a fan of Hideo Kojima, and if you've played any of the Metal Gear Solid games, then, or just Metal Gear games in general, then you kind of have grown to expect that from him. So I can't really say that the average gamer or more mainstream gamer wouldn't look at this game and say, okay, this is too weird, I can't really get into it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the hell I should be thinking about eating floaty bugs and things like that. So in that regard, I definitely have to say that people just kind of looking to experience and enjoy the game might not be as on board with experiencing the weird as opposed to somebody who is a longtime fan of Kojima and kind of expecting those kinds of things. Having said that, though, As a fan of Kojima, eating floaty bugs, really not my thing. Not my thing at all. But, it's part of the aesthetic of the game, which I have to really drive the point home. Yes, it's a unique experience. It's narratively, it's probably one of the best narratives that Kojima has put out. It's probably one of the more concise narratives. It's very well acted. Everybody involved in this game is very much on point with their delivery. It's a very star-studded cast, and I know that the game itself actually won best performances during the Game Awards. And to me, that is a big, big thing to be recognized for at the end of the year when the competition is pretty fierce. Now, as far as gameplay, a lot of people have knocked this game and made fun of this game because it's just a delivery service kind of game and stuff like that. And yeah, you do deliver a lot of packages, but it's the overall experience. It's kind of, a social experiment, if you will.
Just like that.
Because very early on in the game, as this clip shows, you are alone. You are very much alone when you're playing the game. It's a very isolated world, and it's very well captured. You feel as if if you're just completely out there alone. And one of the things that the game does is occasionally it'll start playing music, and the music in this game is just absolutely phenomenal. It is probably one of the best video game soundtracks that I've heard in a long time. And that music, the very somber, solemn music, actually lends itself very well to the environment and the way the game wants you to feel absolutely isolated. But as you progress, as you move on, you start noticing that other gamers, other people that have been playing the game have built bridges, built roads, built electrical generators, built all these other things with the ideology of helping out your fellow man. And to me, that was worth the experiment. To me, that is worth the advocacy of delivering packages and delivering, going through and figuring out balance issues and weight issues and things like that. It does get a little repetitive. It does make you kind of feel like, oh my God, what do I got to do in order to get through to the next story point? What do I got to do this? And I think that's one of the things that Death Stranding kind of missed the mark on, because to me, you really should feel like you want to keep going. You want to be like Sam Porter Bridges, and you want to keep pushing and pushing and pushing until you finally get to where you're going. Your purpose is to reconnect the whole world, and you really should want to feel like that. Unfortunately, after a few hours of playing, you get to a point where you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm just done. How do I get to the next story point? What do I got to do to get some more story in order to reach the ultimate end of the game? I think that the lack of variety in the gameplay is where it kind of started falling apart for me when I was playing. Graphically, this game is beautiful. Soundtrack of this game is wonderful. Narrative, I cannot rave enough about those things. Gameplay itself is very solid for what it is, but at the same time, it's just not as engaging as some of Kojima's other projects. And I think that is one of the things that Death Stranding really hinders itself on. I know that they have updated and they've made changes for this, and there's some things that are going to be different in the director's cut when it comes out. But at the same time, Just kind of when you're looking and when you're trying to figure out if you want to check out the director's cut, kind of look at some of the other things that are out there about the game, and whether or not the director's cut is going to be enough to finally get you to push forward and pick up the game. I definitely think that if you're looking for an experience, Death Stranding is where it's at. I definitely think that, for me, it's a very solid game. Even if I did get bored with it, I still had a whole lot of fun with it when I was playing. I know in my intro video I said we don't do scores here, and that is very much true. So we're going to give this 75 doubloons. Yeah, we'll do doubloons today. Thank you guys. Make sure you hit the like and the subscribe button and the little bell down below in order to get notification on all my new upcoming videos. Thank you very much for checking this out, and I will check you guys out in the next video.